Right, as promised, I'm going to try and sort out the door seal by fitting a Puma door seal. That's here. What part number is it? Oh, God, here we go. LRO 077687. These are off the Puma. These are the soft ones, like Andrex. But before we start, one of the things that I've just noticed that people have asked me quite a lot about is putting wires in doors. Now you can see here, I've put some wires in this door using this contraption here. This is a piece of rubber. That's a genuine one off a TD5. Now I haven't got a spare one, but I wanted you to notice that it's offset. Like for example, let's go back and zoom again. You can see here is, oh no you can't. Here is the outlet and here's the inlet to the door. It is not side to side. The reason for that is you'll trap your wires and break them. And the easiest way to describe that is using a Range Rover one. Now, this is the same idea. They're actually offset like this, so when the door opens they go like that. Now if you put them together like this, you see what happens? You get that constant breaking. They all snap in here, so that's not good. So that's one of the little things. Now you're wondering, what the hell have I put wires in the door for? Because if you know putting speakers in a door is not a particularly good idea. But if you put an electric window in this side, opposite the driver, it's a blessing in disguise for shouting insults at cyclists, etc. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, what am I doing first? Well, first of all, I've taken the check strap pin out of the door, so that gives us plenty of room to get at the seal. Why am I changing it? Well, let me change the camera angle. Oh, God, I've got no room again. Wish me stop camera back a bit further. So when I shut the door, see what I mean? It does that. But if I slam it, it does that. And the gap is very nice. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is going to fit a softer seal, leave the original fitting on, you know, like the original latch height and things like that, leave it as it is, and then we'll see what the new seal strut's like. Let's get the old seal off. That didn't take much to do it. I thought, like I said, I can't put this camera back any further. There's no room. There's no room at the end. It's very Christmassy. Let's just see when it goes onto the latch. See, look. See, that's on its second latch. So there's the first. That's your safety latch. So your car doesn't burst, your door doesn't burst open. The second one is in the place where I wanted it to be. You know, it's all right. It's not bad. Like I said, these door frames here have been accident damage, so I'm not really sure if they're straight. But the gaps look pretty even. So we know it's approximately in its right place. You know, it's hitting the seal at the bottom of the door. Down here. This is hitting along the bottom edge of here, so we're all right there. Let's fit the seal. Oh, I'll do it now. Save me getting a rubber. There's so many, always everything to do before Christmas, isn't there? I don't know why, we're all sat at home locked down anyway. They just shut all the bars down the other day. Even though everybody's jabbed it to the eyeballs, they're shutting them down anyway. Oh well, never mind. These are a completely different ball game. Look, you see the difference in the finish here. If it's maybe I can turn it to the light here, you can see. And this is an aftermarket one. They feel almost the same, but they're not the same. They are kind of expensive. But I thought I'd treat myself. It's the only thing I ever do treat myself on now. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I didn't tell you this, did I? It's got nothing to do with fitting door seals. But in the local liquor shop, there is no Jamesons. The warehouse has gone on strike, and the liquor shop, the booze shop, is almost empty. It looks like Russia. There's nothing in there. What am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do for Christmas? Maybe I've drunk it all, I don't know. So, start in the corners. Corner, corner. Very important, start in the corners. Then you can do this bit up here. That's just a matter of putting it in. Like that. Get your rubber mallet. Tap him into the corner, tap into the corner. And that's it. Oh, you want more? These are perfectly cut to length. They've even got the little notch at the bottom of these. Oh yeah, these have got the notch at the bottom as well. But we're going to give them a bit of crown rust proofing, because you can see what happens. Even though it's a notch in there, there's a bit of metal in there, just like a, I don't know, just say, it's like a woven piece of metal in a spring that clinches round the door frame here. So they're almost the same, but not quite the same. Right down to the bottom. Get that right down there. Oop, there, go. As far as it'll go, and then work it up. Right, now this is where you get into a little bit of a problem. Getting around this piece here, because we want to do it like an S Express. This is a trip. He's kind of a bugger. You might have to, like I said, these were off a damaged car. Oh, there we go. See? No cutting. I know I might have had my back to the camera, but there's no cutting. If you do that all the way around, they're easy. And you can see, look, right down the bottom here. You see they go right down to the very bottom. You don't think they're on the production line cutting them, trimming them, do you? After making these for a million years, they've probably got it right by now. Right, it's got to be difficult to film this bit because you can't see. But it's exactly the same as the other side. Start at the bottom and work up. But you must make sure when you come to this corner here to get it tight into the corner. It's really important, because otherwise water will get in. Now I've just noticed, I forgot, I'm going to put some crown rust proofing in here, because I drilled some holes in to protect, so I can get the nozzle in to protect this bulkhead. I'm going to do that right now. Drink up, if only we could. Oops. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look how I can get my nozzle in. There we go. Like I say, this stuff creeps all over the place, so it's pretty good stuff. Right. I'll get on with fitting this, and then we'll have a look and see what the door shuts like. And the answer is exactly the same. So what we've got to do is adjust the catch. Now, I sacrificed at the top of here, I don't know if you can open the door and see. I wanted to get this seal right tight into this angle here, and it's just come off here a little bit. I'm not too bothered about that. It's well protected up, but it will go, but well, that's a bit stiff. But at least the seal is nice and tight in there. That's the most important one. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, not a lot, maybe one or two, they want a waterproof car. And you can get it, you can actually do it with the Land Rover when you know where to look. But the thing is, we've sort of covered this before, but I'll do it again while we're here for the gutter. The gutter here, water comes along the gutter because it's higher at the back than the front, comes down the frame, down the back of this seal and drips into there. So the idea is to keep all the water at that side of the seal so it doesn't cross over. Now another thing is, what usually happens when you open your door, because this roof is actually like that, it's inwards of the floor. So how can I explain it? Well, I think there's about, what, 2 inches difference between the top and the bottom of the door, this bit. So this bit is in 2 inches more than the bottom. So when you open the door, water goes straight down onto the floor and the carpet just as soon as you open the door. It can't be helped. It's a bad design, but again, Land Rover, it's a compromise. What do you want? Do you want a roof with gutters, or do you want big springs on the back? You can't have it always, can you? Right, what do we need? Torques. Before we start adjusting anything, we're going to have a look at the latch itself. We're going to look here if there's any paint rubbed off, and that will give us an indication that the striker here is sticking too far out. If it is, take a shim out, push it in. This is a bit of a mess about to do. It really is. But anyway, we're going to move it outwards just a hair. Just a tiny, tiny bit. T30 Torx. No, that wasn't very tight. That's probably its problem. Now will it shut? Hey! There you go. That's all it was. Hold on, before we do the other side. I was just double checking this here. And there's a big gap here. Get your finger through here. Yeah, so although I've got the door to shut, and I've noticed here, the door is tipped down. So it's like that, if you see what I mean. It's lower here. So that means we've got to adjust the hinges. Brilliant. Let me get a Phillips screwdriver out, and we'll see if we can get these bolts out. Good old crown rust proofing. The bolts are all coming out. These big Phillips here are very difficult to find in North America. You can get them in Europe. What size is it now? Number 4, I think it is. So if you see one in Europe, grab it. You sell them over here. Mind you, a lot of people change them to Torx now, so it's not the end of the world. Ooh. Well, that's our problem, though. Oh, I want that. There we go. That means I have to adjust the catch again. These doors are quite heavy for the type of fixture that's on there. These were only designed for a Series 3, which was just like made of cheese. But these are with all the glass, the extra glass and things like that in. Yeah. Oh, it moved up, but I'm still not happy with it. Look at that. Ooh. That pin's a bit loose. I wonder if I could give it an encouragement. Right, I have to do a little bit of an insert here, because although you could hear me using my porta power, you couldn't actually see it. All right. So when I was lifting up the door, I was using a porta power. It's a hydraulic ram, and I have an air-operated pump to push this up. But the thing I wanted to show you is I have a rubber ball. And the thing is, it doesn't distort the panels. If you're thinking about jacking up your door with a sort of a regular old jack, with a small surface area, you've got a chance of putting a dent in the bottom of your door. Put a block of wood under it, all right? So that's the reason why I'm doing this little insert, right? Back to the video. If at first you don't succeed, give up. I don't think I'm going to get it much better than that. Yeah. I think of the new hinge pin in the top of there. I'll buy a new hinge rather than put that on. These are like the very early hinge. Oh, let me turn this off here. These are the very early hinges, and they weren't very good. And if you get any replacements from Britrest or anything like this, the cheap ones, they're actually worse than the ones you've taken off. So I'm going to have a look around and see if I can find one. But not now. It's okay now. The door shuts well. A little bit of twisty stuff like that's made it shut really nice. It really does shut nice now. So now I may be able to get onto the other side.